I help runners optimize their training using science and technology. One of the most consistent pieces of feedback I get from runners is how much they enjoy having a plan that they can trust, because it takes the mental load out of them trying to figure out what to do today, tomorrow, every week, month, all the way up until their event. This is because most runners have no idea what they're doing next week, let alone the next 6 weeks, which I want to break down in this video. Because whether you like it or not, without a clear roadmap towards your main race, you end up gravitating to the gray zone. Regardless of where you are on your training journey, your next 6 weeks needs to cover one key objective: make you a better runner than you are today. To do that, you need to have a plan that covers off 3 things. The what, as in what are you going to do? The when are you going to do it? And where are you going to do it? Which I'll show you how to do in this video. Because if you don't have a clear plan, you end up half-assing your training. You push your midweek runs too hard because you don't know how each run fits into the overall plan. Then you get to the weekend and you're either forgotten about some commitment that's going to evaporate all your spare time, and that loose plan you had for that hard long run session you'd seen on YouTube completely goes out the window. Or you're a bit stuffed because you pushed all those midweek runs, and again, that loose plan for that session defaults into a standard long run with a hard finish. It's like when you're out with your mates and you're trying to decide where to go for dinner. No one wants to make the hard choice and actually call where to eat, so you walk up and down the street umming and ahhing about all the different locations. Then, because no one can be fucked deciding anymore, you just end up at a spot that no one really likes. And that's your training right now, a far cry away from where you want to be because you haven't put in the work to plan out the next 6 weeks in advance. So what I want you to do is plan your training in a way that allows you to lock in and actually complete the sessions that are going to move the needle for your next race. To do that, we need to cover off the 3 components of my ABC system. AB being the first one, your aerobic base. Then we want to incorporate our consistency, which is the C, and the S is going to be our specificity. When we're able to align those, we get to be able to find our training sweet spot, if we call that TS. To find our training sweet spot, we need to know what each of these components means for you. Then I'll show you how to put them into a training plan. First off, I'm going to keep it pretty simple, right? AB being aerobic base. That is just your zone 1 to zone 2 training. Bread and butter. This should be the staple of anyone's training plan. We just need to make sure that we're staying in zone 1, zone 2, and we're collecting a bunch of aerobic stimulus. Frequency of the dose is key here. The more frequent stimulus we can get of zone 2 training, the better it's going to be for our mitochondrial development and our overall aerobic capacity. The next is consistency. What does your last 6 weeks look like? I forever see people getting this wrong. They think consistency is going to be just building miles on miles, smashing hardcore training week after week. No. Have a look at your last 6 weeks because I want to know what is realistic. The future is unknown. Your last 6 weeks is real and true. If I can get an idea of what you're actually able to achieve week on week, we can take the average of those last 6 weeks and make that our goal in terms of planning consistency forward. If that means 4 days of running on average, let's plan for that. You may be able to complete more later through the plan, but at the moment, we're better off planning with something we can achieve rather than getting 3 weeks in, seeing an extra 15 minutes and another 30-minute run on the plate when we have no capacity to be able to do it, and then we start feeling bad or just overworking ourselves, falling apart in week 5. I want consistency. Past performance is going to be the best predictor of future outcomes. So if I know what you've been doing, I can plan ahead, and we can incorporate more later, but don't incorporate more now. Let's plan for consistency. What is it you know you can do? And what is it you know to be true for what you've been able to complete in the past? Because remember, we're looking at 6 weeks. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, 6 weeks of consistency. Then the next one is specificity. And the question I want you to ask yourself is, what are you training for? Too many runners and coaches forget to ask these core questions. What are you training for and where are you on your training cycle? If you're 3 weeks out from your marathon, there's not a lot you can do. You just need to make sure that you're fresh enough and maintain conditioning so that you can smash out a good 42.2K. If you're 16 weeks out from your marathon, then we're looking at mileage and leg conditioning. If you're within a couple of months of a half marathon, we want to be doing a lot of tempo, threshold, high mileage race specific sessions. So what I want you to be asking yourself is, what am I training for and where am I in my training cycle? I don't want you doing 5K specific VO2 max Smashfest track sessions when you're 9 weeks out from your key marathon. For now, let's not overcomplicate things. For the next 6 weeks, let's just focus on one specific component of our training that we're looking to improve, and we'll put that in 1 or 2 sessions per week. So let's get into building the plan. To build our plan, we're going to start with the when, as in when am I going to train, what time, on what day. And to start, we'll just start with a couple of easy terms. We'll have off, we'll have A, B, so this is in terms of what we're going to write on each day, and we'll have S. So we've got day off, we've got aerobic base, and we've got specificity. Those are only 3 terms that we want when we're starting to plan. Then obviously we get our calendar and we start to plan out our week. I'm not going to do this exactly because I have no idea what your schedule is. What I want you to do is every single day for the next 6 weeks, plan out something like 6 a.m. Monday, I have a 60-minute aerobic base run. And you can keep doing that. On Thursday, I'm going to have a 90-minute specific session. Now, we don't need to worry about what the session is just yet. We just need to get our planning in place, because I know already just putting this basic level of information into your calendar, you've already encountered issues. You're away that weekend, you've got the work trip, you've got the course, you've got the travel, you've got school holidays, which should show you how hard it is to plan when you actually have a plan, let alone trying to just wing training and hope that you're going to be in the best possible shape in 6 weeks' time. As you build through your plan, I want you to avoid adding training. It is better to have a plan that you know you can complete and get to week 3 and feel like you've got energy to add an extra 15 minutes here, or maybe jump on the group Friday morning run, than it is to plan it in place and then feel like you're falling short when you get there, or just driving yourself further into the hole because you must complete the plan. Don't worry, I know, I've been there. I've dug and put myself in pretty bad states by trying to follow a plan that was far beyond my capabilities. By just writing out your next 6 weeks, you've already made a massive step forward in developing a personalized plan that's going to put you on the path to reach your potential. Now, the next thing you need to do is figure out what specificity means for where you are in your training and what race you're building up for. Remember, I want you to ask 2 questions. What are you training for, and where are you in your cycle? To do that, you've got a couple of solid options. You can sign up for my 90-day training transformation program, where I personally help you through my system to transform your training and put you on the pathway to progress. And you can watch this video here, where I outline the only 5 workouts you need to build to any event. Thanks for sticking around. I'll catch you on the next one.